on this, right? Okay.
No, not too fast.
I mean, I can beat you. Yeah.
No fast anymore, right?
Yep. We can do that.
Yep, we agree.
Okay, we're trading off this feud. So
These are our doubles where we come.
Guys, we haven't scored a point on the scoreboard yet.
I've scored a few,
It's gonna
but
be
they
that
didn't
way.
catch them.
I had a few foul moments.
me, or are we failing to get into a groove? The tempos, the entrances are tearing at each other.
Got the band in the corner caption there. You can see it on the screen.
Yeah, yep.
That was super. Beautiful.
So we're gonna
Now we
skip
go to
the
three?
second one, go to three.
Yep.
Go to three. How much time are we supposed to eat up on this?
Right till 10 on the nose.
10 on the dot. We got 3 minutes or 4. Maybe 2 more pieces for it.
I think so. Yeah, if we played this too, we'd probably just fill it up. But we do this and maybe the Alma.
All right.
They're moving, right?
Yes.
La-dee-da-da-da, la-dee-da-da. 3 and 1, 2.
Should do it.
58, we've got 2 minutes.
Enough time for
What do
2
we have?
pieces.
I have a half
Let's
minute.
do the Alma.
Which one?
Alma.
Alma?
No, actually, let's do the Galliard as written.
Do the Galliard? Okay.
Galliard as written. Go.
All right. With repeat?
With repeat.
With repeat, I
Okay.
think. I'll give you something if not, but we should have just enough time with
All right.
repeat.
Who's starting? Jeff?
Dee-da-dum, dee-da-dum. You know, it's good tempo.
Okay.
All right.
I got 10 on the nose.
I don't see them lining up. Sherry, I don't see them lining up.
Yeah.
Are they running late?
Hey, you sound beautiful. The lyrics was great.
I'm opening a site. You want to do the Alma?
Yeah, I guess the
very quick.
Families and friends, Wells College proudly welcomes you to our 150th commencement ceremony. Today, we honor our graduates and express gratitude for the many that have supported their success here at Wells. Our college marshal leads our procession. Here with the platform party, President Jonathan Gibraltar, Board of Trustees, and members of the administration. Now joining us is the Wells College faculty, beginning with our emeriti faculty. And now, our graduates, the Wells College class of 2018. Everyone is invited to take their seats.
Nanda, nigan ko ta, aso ton siyo, skywind ko hoado. Nay and dry canto, sangwa diso, sangwa we ganohanyo. Nay outway sad scano, duanotanyo. Nay dine and dway hig, Scott and Dwyer and Guanigoha. Scott and Dwatanohanyo, nay tiganio to and Guanigoha. Dane and draw tro, isa, o Wednesday. Duano hut did one uncle. Nay go to sa, niha. Nadine and Dwayhig, Quago, then one honyo, Natiganio, Tonganigoha. Dane and draw true, but I hodonyo, touch nagis, now Wahanahe, Nadine and Dwayhig, Scott. They said, well, no, hanyo, Natiganio, Tonganigoha. Dane and draw true, said, Wagawanas, Canadayo. Oi hoane I touch what's ne design wine twats na sango hang o hando always for the nonge ne dine enjoy head the several no hanyo seduan is Canadayo ne tigani o to ngani goha dane and draw troi ye ningo dage hadi ya kyono ne scano I do not know ne dine enjoy head the several no Deity no hanyo hadi ya kyono dio kyan don't ne tigani o to ngani goha dane and draw chowi hawa ge ga de hanagre sangoya diso ne so to sato ne scano I do not know ne dine and dwehig Scott and Dwyer ngani goha ne tigani o to ngani goha dane and draw chowi I mean I got so nervous here. They saw, no. Donato nagat grady ege gayageta kanahanyo Donato. Scano Sagrego, peace everybody. What happened here is the words before all else, and that's what happens when we meet. Nation of nations and different groups of people to different groups of people, and we want to give thanks for Mother Earth, everything that's there. That we start off there. Well, first we say that we have a great message to carry, and that's to give thanks first of all to Mother Earth and everything on her, and then we go from there all the way up to the trees, the animals, the four-leggeds, the fish, the water, the thunders, the winds, the sun, the moon, the stars, and the Creator that allows us to be here today. So again, I want to thank Wells College for acknowledging being on Cayuga territory, and I might be a little early, but congratulations to those that are graduating today. Thank you.
Thank you, Sachem George. On behalf of Wells College, it is truly our honor to have you and members of the Cayuga Nation with us this morning. It is fitting that we should acknowledge that the Wells campus exists on native land and pay tribute to the Cayuga Nation through the following statement. Wells College recognizes our collective responsibility to acknowledge our colonial history. This land is the traditional land of the Cayuga Nation, a member of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. Since 2005, the Cayuga Nation have been returning to this land. Wells College commits itself to ensuring the traditions and culture of Indigenous peoples are embraced and reflected upon in order to engage in solidarity with the Cayuga Nation. Alongside the American flag and our traditional Wells College flag, you'll see the Cayuga Nation's Haudenosaunee flag, which in part represents the heart of the Cayuga people and their generosity in giving Wells shelter and safe passage over these past 150 years.
Please stand and remain standing for the singing of the national anthem and the invocation.
Okay, guys, let's be get over here. Let's be like Wells.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets were there, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? You may be seated. I have to be honest, I was almost late this morning. There was something about a wedding going on someplace. But then I remembered it's the class graduation of 2018. Congratulations, my fellow Evans. What is that purple and gold over there? This is truly a special time in all of our lives. It's always with great pleasure that I'm able to do this invocation every year. It's great fun to see some of my classmates have students who are graduating. It's wonderful to see all those gold tassels. You have worked remarkably hard. You have cried. You have been frustrated. You have laughed. You have had fun. You have jumped in a freezing cold lake. You have endured the west winds. You have risen above, and you are truly Wells men and Wells women. And I am so proud every year to stand here and welcome you into the Alumni Association. Well, not quite yet. That comes later. But anyway, this is truly a time set apart. This is a time for friendships, for family, for friends, for joy, for pride, and for so much. Let us take just a moment. I invite you all to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and remember what brought you here, what gave you hope, what gives you strength, what gives you wisdom in the journey ahead. Remember those professors who worked with you, who stood by you through tough times, the staff who took care of you, cleaned up after you, fed you, and made this incredible space for us this morning. And for your parents and your family and your friends and all those who supported you when I'm sure there were those dark times where you thought, I am never going to get through this. But you did. And you are here. And we are proud. And your families are proud. So with that, let us give thanks to this place, to this time, to these people, and to your professors and the staff and your fellow classmates, and to the memories you will carry with you throughout your life. I just have one quick story to tell you. If you don't think that you can't become famous, I just want to ask you a quick question. I just learned this. Do you know Babe Ruth bars? Do everybody know what a Babe Ruth bar? Do you know where they came from? What they're named after? It is not Babe Ruth. Frances Folsom Cleveland. Frances Folsom was a graduate of Wells College. She married President Grover Cleveland, and they had a baby named Ruth, and therefore we have the Babe Ruth bar. And that is eternal story of Wells College, and may you make your own eternal stories.
Welcome and good morning. It is my privilege to serve as the chair of the Wells College Board of Trustees. And this morning, it's my honor and pleasure to extend to all of you a warm and sincere welcome on behalf of the college's trustees. To our graduates, their families and friends, our faculty and staff, my fellow trustees, honorary trustees, President Gibraltar, and the entire extended Wells community, welcome to the 150th Wells College Commencement Ceremony. I'm especially thrilled to be part of this day as we mark the sesquicentennial of the college. It's an historic moment, one that you, the members of our 150th graduating class, as well as your families and guests, will likely never forget. As the 150th class of Wells graduates, I'm just choking up thinking about that, 150th, go out into the world, you are making the transition from Aurora resident to global citizen. And you have not merely fulfilled the requirements of a Wells education, you're also prepared to handle any challenge that comes your way, all the while striving to improve the world around you. The best part is that you're not beginning this next phase alone. You're joining a support network of over 7,000 alumni and alumni who warmly welcome you to their community. They want to see you succeed just as much as anyone else here in this room today. Yesterday, you received a special pin, which commemorates your special role as members of the 150th class. I urge you to hold on to it and wear it often. After today, you may travel far from Wells, but Wells will never be far from you. I hope you will keep in touch and return here often. You'll always be welcome back home here in Aurora.
Thank you very much, Carrie. Members of the Board of Trustees, honorary trustees, Wells faculty, staff and students, parents and friends, honored guests, and of course, members of the class of 2018. Welcome and good morning. I've been so proud to be part of the college as it celebrates a historic milestone, the 150th anniversary of its founding. Like most colleges, Wells had humble beginnings, as did our founder, Henry Wells, who was the son of an itinerant preacher and was, for a time, a shoemaker's apprentice. But as Mr. Wells' career progressed, his innovations in freight transportation and express delivery led him to co-found two companies that still endure today, Wells Fargo and American Express. Yet he never forgot his upstate roots. Although he initially discussed with Ezra Cornell the idea of creating a women's college as part of Cornell's new university in nearby Ithaca, Henry Wells ultimately rejected that idea, opting instead to create his school right here in Aurora, adjacent to the Glen Park house where he lived. And so it was that 150 years ago this spring, on March 28, 1868, the state of New York approved the charter for Wells, which opened its doors the following September, or perhaps I should say opened its door, because at the time, the college consisted of a single building on 20 acres of land. It was the beginning of his dream becoming a reality, a dream that has resonated on this campus and with generations of students and alumni for the past 150 years. Mr. Wells' journey may have had humble beginnings, but it's one that has reaped nearly limitless rewards. Commencement, too, is a beginning of sorts, and this day is about the start of the next step along your life's journey. This is a day of pride for each of you. It is for all of us here today, too. Our mission at Wells includes the promise that we will educate our students to think critically, reason wisely, and to act humanely as they cultivate meaningful lives. Think about that for a minute. Critical thinking is a cognitive process, and it will serve you well in whatever career path you pursue, because it's based on objectivity and analysis of facts. You can readily see the value in using this skill in decision-making. But as human beings, we feel, and we feel an entire array of emotions almost every moment that we're alive. So it's important to include emotions when we're making decisions based on facts. Can we reason wisely if we exclude what's in our hearts? How can we nurture and cultivate a life of meaning without the inclusion of both? Our humanity is the cornerstone of a balanced life. It's a lifelong journey of trial and error, joy and sorrow, action and inertia, questioning and believing, trusting and letting go. But I maintain that throughout our lives, we will only find our authentic selves if we work always to connect that what is in our heads with what is in our hearts. While it may sound so very easy, finding a balance in life is one of the most challenging tasks that you will ever undertake. So I ask that during your own life's journey, that you make the time to do just that, and that you do so thoughtfully and with love in your hearts. Today, each of you is taking the next step in cultivating a meaningful life. As members of our 150th graduating class, go forth with your head held high, your heart bursting with Wells pride, and carry the light of Aurora with you into the world always. Congratulations, graduates.
Hello, everybody. Yo. Thank you. Thank you, Steph. As the Dean of Students, I have the honor of introducing the student commencement speaker, Annabelle Lee. Annabelle is a double major in political science and history with a minor in environmental science. Annabelle has made her mark as an active participant in a number of campus organizations. This spring, at the Be Your Own Boss Business Idea competition, Annabelle took first place in the social impact nonprofit category. She also played on the volleyball team for all 4 years and served as a writing center tutor. Following her graduation from Wells, she will be pursuing a master's in higher education at Syracuse University. Yes, she will. I am pleased to welcome Annabelle to the podium.
Hi, Mom. Also, shout out to my Asian Pacific Islanders. Happy Heritage Month. Okay, I'll start now. In 2009, Barack Obama said, "We did not come here to fear the future, we came here to shape it." And though he was speaking to Congress, he could have been talking about us here, sitting in these chairs. For one reason or another, for one fight or another, we have all ended up at Wells, hoping to leave, diplomas in hand, and change the world. Because that's who Wellsians are. We're world changers and expectation breakers, goal reachers and promise keepers, waiting for our moment to show everyone just what we can do. From those first few August days when everything was new and exciting, to senior week when we're forced like baby birds from the nest, aching to stay, but knowing in our hearts that it is time to leave, we have gone on this journey of self-discovery together, picking up new friends as they have come, they too hoping to find at Sister Wells what they had been missing. And what did we find here? Nestled between the brick and ivy, friendship for sure. Living just down the hallway from all of your very best friends is something I will miss. Even when your very best friends can sometimes be very loud when you are very, very busy. Love? I think so. But love is more than just the romanticisms we read about in Nicholas Sparks' books. Love for each other as comrades and peers. Love for the place that helped shape us into who we are. Love for the sunset over the lake when the day is done and everything is blessedly peaceful. Love for the sunrise over the bell tower, knowing each new day brings with it its own endless possibilities. Love for Sister Wells, even though she eats us, she beats us, and finals goddamn mistreat us. Courage, more than a pinch, but less than a cup. The courage to go out and try with enough fear to make it just exciting enough. Hope and endless abundance. But I ask, what did you find at Wells? Sonder is the word used when you stop and suddenly realize that everyone around you has a life as complex and vivid as your own. And I remember vividly, on the first day of classes, mimosa-filled mug in hand, looking around the dining hall at all the faces I have come to know these past years, and I thought, is this their moment too? Are we all living in this collective moment of happiness and triumph and sadness? More than anything, I hope we were, and I hope we are right now. Because right now, we are in the moment between breaths, where life takes a pause and allows you to just enjoy being for a second. Take this time, because with your next breath comes your newest, greatest adventure. So while we leave here, blue and green glitter still stuck to our skin, hair, nails, teeth. We can go with smiles, knowing that we put all we could into our years here. Sleepless nights on Macmillan couches, 4 a.m. coffee runs, 50-page theses, endless meetings. As Dean Michael said, I'll be going to study higher education administration next fall at Syracuse University. Without the support of the people here, Professor Kep, Professor Tabrizi, Linda, I truly don't believe I would have made it this far. I don't know how many times I walked into their individual offices over these past 4 years, melting iced coffee in hand and terror on the tip of my tongue, hyperventilating because I was sure I wouldn't get into grad school or finish one of my theses on time. But my experience is not unique. Everyone here has their own story like mine, whether it was a professor who lent you money for a coffee or took an extra second out of their day to email you to make sure you're sleeping enough, the woman in admissions who brings her dogs down for the day when you're feeling homesick, or your coach who picks up that hard-to-find soda you like because it was on sale, and Annabelle, if I don't get it right now, it'll be $6. Or your teammates who buy you food and pick you up from the hospital because your dad is sick, really sick, and you haven't eaten in 6 hours. Wells is made of students and professors who love you, and so we say, we're proud of the class of 28, proud to have tea time with ghosts, proud to respect pronouns, stand with women's and queer rights, and scream Black Lives Matter, proud to live on the shores of a pristine lake, proud to be protesters, take back the res hall leaders and policy editors, Proud to be the 150th class to graduate beloved Wells. Proud of Sister Wells. And even though we may be a little afraid to leave the bubble we've known for so long, it's time. We're ready. Wellsians, always glitter, sometimes bitter, never quitters. I can't wait to see how far we go.
Thank you so much, Annabelle. I now have the privilege of introducing today's commencement speaker, Kristen Schaff, Wells College class of 1999. When we talk about a network of proud alumna and alumni that supports our students after they graduate, we're speaking of people like Kristen. In countless ways, she's been there for us. As the head of the Wells Club of Minnesota, as a fundraising ambassador and social media superstar, as a mentor to current students, as a reunion chair, and so many other ways. And she does all of these things with tireless energy, good humor, and grace. As a senior global learning consultant at Cargill, she focuses on the integration of the firm's digital learning strategy within the trading and risk management space. This is no small feat, considering that Cargill is the largest private company in the country and one of the largest commodity traders in the world. Prior to that, she was a senior compliance manager at Ameriprise Financial, overseeing regulatory training for over 35,000 employees in the United States and India. Truly, Kristen is a natural leader and a dynamic presence in everything she does. We were honored to present her with the Young Alumni Award for Outstanding Achievement last October, and I'm equally honored to welcome her to the stage for the 2018 commencement address. Kristen?
I'm going to use my notes. Good morning. Okay, for 4 years, you guys actively participated in class. Nobody lectured to you, so I'm going to need more from you for that. This is going to be interactive too, okay? Okay, good morning. That's better. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you, President Gibraltar, for that introduction and all that you do for Wells. Welcome to the Board of Trustees, faculty and staff, and all of the family and friends that are here today. My own family is here, my mother, my father, my brother, my sister-in-law, my Wells roommate, Sonia, and one of my best friends from Wells, Dawn. So thank you all for being here. And of course, the very even class of 2018. Congratulations, we are all here for you today. It is all about you. Wells College is a beautiful village in Aurora, or college in Aurora, and it's more to me than my alma mater. This is my home. Aurora is a magical place that's my touchstone. I am incredibly honored, humbled, and acknowledge the privilege that I have here to be here today to join your family and friends as we celebrate you. I remember the morning that I graduated from Wells. I was late, kind of like I was today. Sonia actually left for the stagecoach rides without me. Yes, she did. She's made up for it in the 20 years since. I still remember sitting there and realizing that 4 years is a short amount of time. Sarah Weddington spoke at my commencement. She spoke to us about how we stand taller when we stand on the shoulder of others, particularly the shoulders of those who came before us. She challenged us to make sure that our shoulders would be strong enough for future generations to stand taller still. I've thought a lot about that day since I was asked to speak here. I kept asking myself over and over, are my shoulders strong enough? They are. and they will grow stronger every day through every triumph and every failure. In a few moments, you will rise and cross this stage and join what I consider to be a pretty extraordinary, inspiring community of alumni and alumni. A community of women and young men who know the magic of this place, the traditions that you carried on, and the power of the education that you received. Make no mistake, your WELS education is powerful. As a member of that self-declared extraordinary and inspiring community of alumni, I want to talk to you today about the power that you do have and taking it to the next level. The title of my remarks is Realizing Your Superpower. I want to share with you some of what I have learned since I sat where you are today, in the hopes that you can turn your power into a superpower. The liberal arts education you received at WELS makes your shoulders inherently strong, and you are prepared for life in ways that your peers at other colleges and universities are not. You know how to think for yourself. You can articulate your thoughts in a respectful way. You can solve problems, you know how to write, and you know how to work under pressure. That is your power. Actually using these abilities is a superpower. Thinking for yourself, but actively listening to others. Articulating your views and ideas in a fact-based way within emotional situations. Strategically thinking when deadlines loom. Those are superpowers. I graduated from WELS with a degree in public affairs, and while at WELS, I interned in the British House of Commons. It was supposed to be for 3 months, ended up being 9. I came back to the United States a week before I started my senior year here. After WELS, I went to Edinburgh, Scotland, where I earned my master's in policy studies and wrote my dissertation while I worked in the Scottish Parliament. After 5 years of study, 3 internships in 3 different national governments, and 2 degrees in politics and government, I came back to the United States in 2000, and I haven't worked in politics or government since. I dabbled in the legal world and the financial services, which led to where I am now, as President Gibraltar said, a corporate training professional focused on the creation of digital learning at the largest private company in the United States. As I stand here, I am on my 3rd career since graduating from WELS 19 years ago. I was laid off twice and sold a business by the time I was 30. The job I do now didn't exist 5 years ago, let alone when I was at WELS. And I use the skills and the power that I learned here every single day. Some of you know what you're going to do next. Some of you are still trying to figure that out, and that's okay. You will find your way. You are powerful. To the family and friends who I just scared into thinking that your graduate may not, work in their field of study, it's okay. They're going to be fine. These graduates have what it takes to succeed. They just need to apply it. I have friends that graduated with degrees in German that became CEOs of their own company. I have theater majors who became pharmaceutical reps. Some choose to use their degree daily and work in the home and raise their children. By the same token, I have classmates that wanted to be doctors that are now top-ranked neurologists, theater majors that make movies and films, and education majors that are now fabulous teachers. Plans change, situations change, what you want to do will change, where you want to live may change. Your opinions may change. Think critically, be open to respectful dialogue, realize that sometimes that dialogue is with yourself. Okay, so we've established that you're incredible, you're powerful, you're prepared, right? So now let's get to this whole turning it into a superpower thing. So I have 7, I am an odd, okay? I'm an odd. I have 7 steps for you to realize your superpower, okay? Yeah, 7. So this is where we start to get interactive. I'm going to warn you. Okay? Ready? Okay. Number? Okay, it's raining. You can do better. We've established this. Number? Excellent. The first step is knowing that a degree from Wells College does not mean that you know everything, that you are an expert in everything, or that you will never fail. You can tell the parents are clapping at that. Just don't tell my little brother, because my baby brother thinks I'm perfect and I'm brilliant and I never disappoint him. It's not only okay to ask for help and support, it's essential. Learning how to ask for help is a key to realizing your superpower. No one expects you to receive your degree today and know how to adult, for whatever that actually means. And that actually goes for everybody here, not just those in our caps and gowns today. Do not put unnecessary pressure on yourself to get through life on your own. Doing so actually diminishes your power, and frankly, it's exhausting. Keep your friends close. You may not live in close proximity to a support system when you leave here. Make it a priority to keep in touch, cultivate your networks professionally as well as personally. When I returned to the United States, I did not do this. I lived in New York City, a place full of Wells women at the time, and I didn't reach out. I was alone in a big city. I was in touch with my classmates that I graduated with. We lived all over, and frankly, we were all trying to figure out how to live on our own. Make a budget, let alone try to adhere to one, cook for ourselves. These things were difficult then. They still are. We all got through, but we could have done it a lot quicker and with a lot less pain if we had stayed a little bit closer together and supported one another. It's worth saying, keep your friends close, be patient with one another, be forgiving. Adulting is tough. For those of you doing the math, I was in New York City on September 11th, 2001. I lost my job on September 12th. I was 25, alone, scared, and unemployed. I needed to move back home with my mom and dad in Rochester. The feeling of failure and unmet expectations was very real. My saving grace was that every single weekend I was home, I drove to a friend from Wells' house, or I came to Aurora for a Fargo event. And by Fargo, I don't mean the bar, I mean the Friends and Recent Graduates Association. There is a bar, but I'm talking about the organization. In October of that year, I came to Aurora for Alumni Volunteer Weekend, and I met alumni from the class of 86, 68, and a number of different years in between. And they asked me how I was, because they genuinely wanted to know how I was doing and how they could help me. And that's when I was reminded how powerful that alumni network is. Don't leave us alone. Let us help you. There's always someone here with a pep talk, a hug, advice. All you have to do is ask. You may leave Wells and Aurora this weekend, but they're not changing the phone numbers, right? Okay. They're not. You can still call the alumni office and ask to get in touch with alums living where you are and where you end up. You can join the Fargo board. You don't need to go it alone. Stay in touch. Okay, let's see if we do this one better. Number 2. Excellent, thank you. The second step to superpower. Life is not a competition for who gets the most likes. Do not judge yourself or compare yourself to what you see on social media. Very few people go from college graduate to six-figure job with an apartment that is completely Instagram worthy and a perfectly curated wardrobe in 1 week. Give yourself a break. Keep your perspective. Number 3. Okay, we're fading. It's the odd numbers. I know. The third step to a superpower. Professional emails are not your thesis. It's true. The shorter, the better. As with everything in life, know what you are asking for and ask for it succinctly. Keep your sentences to under 7 words. You don't need more. People will completely stop comprehending what you say as soon as you start to say however, moreover, therefore, or whilst. You lose them completely. Bullet points are your friend. Next one's an even. Number 4. The fourth step to superpower. Start saving money for the future now. I know you have student loans, and I know that there are expenses that you cannot even comprehend right now, and that does not matter. Start saving money. My second layoff happened 5 months after I purchased my first house. I was single, and my savings account was small, but it kept things from going from bad to worse. Start with $5 on a regular basis. Gradually increase it. Don't touch it. Be disciplined about this. Okay, it's an odd one. Ready? Number 5. Okay, our fifth step to superpower. Take time to be grateful and act with gratitude. In other words, write thank you notes. Please note that the verb I used was write, not type. My mother successfully instilled the necessity and value of a thank you note. I just don't always get this one done. Learn from me. Know that if you don't get a written thank you note from me, rest assured that I meant to send one, and I am definitely feeling the appropriate level of guilt, shame, and self-loathing tonight that I didn't send one. It's true. I have been interviewed for positions. I have conducted interviews. Thank you notes matter. They can be the difference between landing that opportunity or missing it because you felt awkward writing a note. If you don't know what to say, ask Google. You have family, friends, faculty, and staff that are here today that helped and supported you. But you wrote the papers, you memorized the lines, and you counted the fruit flies. But I'm guessing that their support and camaraderie made it a little bit easier. So, we have an opportunity. The class of 2018, I'm going to actually ask you to stand up. This is practice for later. Go ahead and stand up. Today, right now, we can acknowledge and thank all of the people who offered support and encouragement to you in the years leading up to today. Graduates, I'm going to ask you to turn around, face that family, staff, or faculty that you want to, and let's give a round of applause to everybody that helped you get here, those that can't be here, and those that are looking online. Thank you all very much. You guys can sit down now. Nice job. Robert Emmons says that gratitude acknowledges that many of the good things in our life are due to the people around us. The ability to express gratitude, to show someone the impact that they made and that you appreciate what they did, that is a superpower. Okay, number 6. Learn to acknowledge, accept, and harness your fear. I did not say overcome it. It's easy to say, just overcome your fear. There are books, self-help programs, I'm sure you could go see some speakers, all telling you how you can overcome your fear. But the truth is, you rarely have time to figure out how to overcome your fear before you actually have to do what it is you're afraid of. Over the next year, you will do things that you have never done before, whether it's finding a new job, getting a first apartment, going to graduate school, figuring out what a commute really is, starting a family, or any of the other adventures in front of you. I guarantee at some point you'll be afraid. Your fear may be justified. It may not. Either way, it's fear. In those moments, you can either fall back and not do what you're afraid of. You can read one of those books, figure out how to overcome your fear, and then once you have, probably a few years later, you can go back and do whatever it was you were afraid of. But that assumes that that opportunity waited for you. And in my experience, they never do. Or you can do it scared. I challenge you to harness your fear. If you can't overcome it, go with it. I said that my internship in London was 3 months that became 9 months. At the end of my internship, I went backpacking through Europe. Thank you, Mom and Dad. See, that thank you thing came up. While I was on my trip, I received word that I could go back to London for the summer and intern in the House of Commons again. I had a decision. I could go to London for that summer, or I could come back to the United States and be a server at Applebee's. I'm overstating how much time I actually took to think about it, because I think I said yes pretty much immediately to that. It was a no-brainer. I just decided I was going to do it afraid. Now I had to go tell my mom and dad that I wasn't coming home, but rather choosing to stay in a foreign country in which I had no place to live. I had a suitcase of winter clothes, and I didn't know how I was going to make any money. I just did it afraid. I have a picture that I kept on my desk for years. It was of me with all of the friends that I was traveling with at the time. It was taken right after I told them what I was doing. They couldn't believe that I said yes without any answers or without a color-coded plan. I would look at that picture whenever I had to do something that scared me, something I didn't know how to do or just didn't want to do. That picture was taken in May of 1998. That's almost 20 years ago today. It's time for a new picture. A new picture of a time that I did something that I have never done before, something that scares me, that has the potential for a high level of public embarrassment if I fail, but I do it anyway. I do it afraid. So, who's in for a picture? Yeah? Okay. We're gonna do a selfie. It's okay, you have your caps and your hats on, you don't have to worry about your hair. I have my Wells College pop socket that's gonna help us with this. The selfie stick, I'm not a millennial yet, okay? Okay. We're gonna say cheese. Can I get everybody? Cheese. Come on. Okay, now you can do the funny faces. Come on. Okay, there we go. Thank you very much. You're going to be on my desk for at least another 20 years. I will bring it to your reunion. I will. As a side note, Ann Taylor Rodwig, who is Wells College class of 1955, she and her husband gave me a place to stay in London. I called up, I said I was homeless in London, and she took care of it within about an hour and a half. All you have to do is ask. Okay, it's an odd one, but it's the last one. Say it like you mean it. Number 7. Turn your passion into engagement. We live in a time of heightened passion, and by definition, passion is any compelling emotion or feeling. The examples given with this definition are love and hate. So we could say that we live in a time of love or hate, right or wrong. We all know that love and hate are not the only emotions that we can feel. We know that right and wrong are not always clear-cut. We live our lives in the messy middle. Engagement can mean different things in different contexts. I use it here in the context of a meeting or a commitment. Passion is easy. Engagement is hard. Passion is a feeling. We all have those. They just happen. Engagement requires conscious action. It requires us to acknowledge our feelings and then to do something with them, hopefully in a constructive way. I graduated from a women's college, and I was on campus the day that changed. I was heartbroken. I was angry. I did feel betrayed. But my Wells experience is different than your Wells experience, and we all love it. On that day, alumni had a choice. We could remain passionate, we could pledge to be forever scorned and personally affronted, or we could take that passion and engage. We could engage like the alumni before us that kept Wells going. We could be part of the future. We could help shape what the new Wells would become for you and ensure that the pieces we found to be so special were preserved as much as could be. I chose to stay and engage. Some of my friends chose not to, and I don't judge them for their decision, or I try not to. and I think that they try not to judge me for mine. Some of them are starting to re-engage now. Engagement is hard. Whatever the situation, whether it's personal, professional, political, social, you have a choice of your reaction. You can remain passionate or do nothing, or you can engage. If you feel passion, particularly negative passion, about your job, it's up to you to do something about it. If you have passion or feel passion about a relationship, it's on you to do something about it. If you don't consciously choose to engage, you are not an active participant in your own life. There are times when it won't work out. There are times when you just decide not to engage. But make that an active decision, not a passive one. To engage, you need to seek to understand before being understood. You need to participate in the dialogue and listen to others and yourself with an open mind. Changing your opinion based on gaining clarity of a topic is not a sign of weakness or disloyalty to a cause. It is working through a fear, and we already know that that's a superpower. I look forward to seeing you all change the world as you begin to realize your superpowers. I look forward to learning from you and helping you rise to our shoulders, knowing that there will very likely be a time when I need to stand on yours. Thank you for your attention today. You have my sincerest congratulations. As a passionate, engaged, and dedicated odd-line player in the coach, I just need you to say, I told my baby brother not to wear blue or green, and he did not. Thank you. So, with that being said, go even line. Thank you.
Thank you, Kristen. The Presidential Leadership Award was established to honor students who've demonstrated particular initiative and responsibility in the service of our community. This year's recipient came to Wells having had extensive leadership and volunteer experience in their home community and brought that commitment to service to Wells. Here they have served as a resident advisor, a peer leader, and as a student assistant at Peachtown Elementary, Southern Cayuga High School, and Union Springs High School. He's the past chair of annual events for the Programming Board and lead stepper for Prodigy, and is completing a year as vice president of Umoja. This year's Presidential Leadership Award goes to Anthony White.
As Provost and Dean of the College, let me add my congratulations to the Wells College class of 2018. Congratulations, I'm so proud of all of you. You are so ready for the world. Know that we are here for you. Do get engaged in your world, the wider world. You're gonna make me cry for the second time in a month. We are very proud of you. Cultivate that meaningful life. Come back often. We're here for you when you come home. I have the pleasure of now presenting the Student Academic Prizes awarded at commencement. When I call your name, please come to the platform to receive your prize. The Gertrude H. Fryer Prize in Fine Arts was established in 1961 and endowed in 1987 by Charlotte Dalton Bowling, class of 61, in honor of her mother, Gertrude H. Fryer, and is awarded to a member of the graduating class who, in the opinion of the art faculty, has produced a body of creative work of high quality during her or his college career. This year's recipient has distinguished herself in the visual arts program through her unfailing diligence, aptitude, and passion for the field. Her ongoing work, of which her senior thesis is only the beginning, presents a fierce criticism of hierarchies applied to women and textile production. She critiques gendered presumptions about labor, creative production, and bodily autonomy through deeply researched writing and inventive, highly skilled material handling. With potent actions such as weaving with electrical fence wire, she demonstrates what happens when subjugated entities fight back. This work is the result of graduate-level artistic inquiry. The 2018 Gertrude H. Fryer Prize in Fine Arts is awarded to Alexis Simone Reinhold. It gives me great pleasure to award the Koch Prize for the Best Senior Research Paper. This prize was established and endowed in 1953 by Albert and Ruth Koch, parents of Elizabeth Koch Darlington, class of 35. The Koch Prize Committee reads senior essays representing fields across the college's curriculum. As always, the choice of the Koch Prize for the Best Senior Essay is a hard one to make. The committee noted that this year's winner thoroughly considered opposing arguments and explored questions of feasibility and ethics in their work. They discussed how the challenges facing agriculture can be solved by making photosynthesis less inefficient. I am proud to award the 2018 Koch Prize for senior thesis, for her senior thesis, Optimizing Photosynthesis, Analyzing Plant Metabolism in Support of Sustainable Agriculture, to Angela Paul. Will the seniors please rise? President Gibraltar, seniors please rise. Thank you. All of you. Up, stretch. President Gibraltar, I have the honor to present the Wells College class of 2018, whose members have fully satisfied the requirements for graduation.
By the powers vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science, and admit you all to the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. You may be seated. Will the candidates please come forward to receive your diplomas?
That's when you go. Kiana Anderson, major in psychology. Marvin John Apeku, distinction in biological sciences, health sciences, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Olga Babichuk, distinction in business, minor in Spanish, cum laude. Amanda Nicole Balcom, major in inclusive childhood education, minor in history. Alyssa Marie Bell, major in visual arts, concentration in art history, minor in museum studies, minor in women's and gender studies, minor in book arts, magna cum laude. Nadia Benacer, major in sociology and anthropology, minor in communications. Malik Blackwell, major in biochemistry and molecular biology. Amanda Nicole Bothos, major in visual arts, concentration in studio art, minor in creative writing, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Olivia Jacqueline Brazier, distinction in inclusive childhood education, minor in psychology. Courtney Taylor Brindisi, distinction in psychology, distinction in criminal justice, minor in cognitive and brain sciences, minor in sociology, cum laude. Frank Arthur Brooks, major in mathematics, minor in computer science. Erin Joanne Busson, major in psychology, minor in childhood education. Brian D. Butner, major in criminal justice, minor in sociology, minor in psychology. Alexandra Rachel Locke Castiglione, distinction in English, concentration in creative writing. Rachel Brittany Aaron Clear, major in film and media studies, minor in English, cum laude. Kaylee Ann Hammond Connor, distinction in psychology, major in women's and gender studies. Caitlin T. Costello, major in English, concentration in creative writing, minor in theater. Corinna Joyce Custer, major in women's and gender studies, major in political science. Shania K. Dauphiné, distinction in environmental science, major in biology, minor in sustainability, cum laude. Genevieve Lauren Davis, major in political science, minor in religious studies. Alexandra Marie Devon, major in English, concentration in creative writing, minor in communications. Quinn Perkins Dubé, major in biochemistry and molecular biology, major in mathematics, minor in philosophy and religion, minor in computer science, cum laude. James Michael Duchesneau, major in chemistry. Stacy K. Eddy, major in psychology, minor in sociology. Alexandra Marie Eisenhut, major in biological sciences, health sciences, minor in cognitive and brain sciences, minor in science, health, and values. Isabel Rachel Elliker, major in business. Fernando Escobedo Chavez, major in biological sciences, health sciences, minor in chemistry. Christine Fennergis, major in chemistry, minor in physics. Alexis Rose Faria, major in criminal justice, major in sociology and anthropology. Madeline Page Fenton in absentia, distinction in environmental science, minor in business, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Jane Treadwell Fillion, distinction in English, concentration in creative writing, minor in political science, cum laude. Sabrina Gabrielle Fowler, major in theater and dance, minor in adolescence education. Aaliyah B. Grandy, distinction in biochemistry and molecular biology, minor in First Nations and Indigenous studies, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Sharang Gupta in absentia, major in physics, minor in business. Samantha Wilson Hall, major in sociology and anthropology, minor in business. Sarah Kimberly Halstead, major in mathematics, minor in economics, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Devon Michael Xavier Harris, major in political science. Michael Cole Hartman in absentia, major in business. Eric J. Hartman, distinction in physics, major in mathematics, minor in computer science, magna cum laude. Letitia Jane Hatch, major in sociology and anthropology, minor in museum studies, minor in First Nations and Indigenous studies. Aaron Christopher Heisey, major in biology, minor in environmental science, cum laude. Brady Paul Hughes, degree expected, major in business, minor in economics. Tessa Kaylee Hopt, distinction in sociology and anthropology, major in biology. Amber Marie Hussein, major in visual arts, concentration in art history, minor in museum studies. Jessica Rose Jasowitz, major in biology. Christine Johnson Alexander, major in sociology and anthropology. Samantha Alding Jones, distinction in business, minor in Spanish, minor in economics, cum laude. Nita Khan, major in biochemistry and biology, minor in cognitive and brain sciences. Amanda Catherine Kuzar, distinction in psychology, minor in adolescence education, minor in childhood education, minor in theater, magna cum laude. Annabelle S. Lee, distinction in history, major in political science, minor in environmental science, magna cum laude. Carly E. Legg, major in environmental science, minor in sustainability. Anuhea Emma Leayo, major in biology, minor in psychology, magna cum laude. Scott Connor Litvin, distinction in business, minor in economics, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Elizabeth Ashley Lockley, major in psychology. Rosalina Mason, major in theater and dance, minor in sport management, minor in history. Mauricio Dante Macias Chavez, major in economics and management, concentration in management, minor in environmental science. Madison Goodell Maloney, major in biology. Emily Charlotte Marshman, major in English, concentration in literature. Kamari Janelle Maturine, major in chemistry, minor in criminal justice, minor in mathematics. Owen M. May in absentia, major in chemistry. Alexis Joanne McBride, distinction in psychology, cum laude. Mitchell James McCormick in absentia, major in psychology, minor in philosophy and religion. Jonathan Dean Mills, major in sustainability, minor in environmental science. Tanner Matthew Minjan, major in physics, major in mathematics, cum laude. Greg Tyler Marulia, distinction in English, concentration in creative writing. Stephanie Claire Moore, major in psychology, minor in business, minor in women's and gender studies. Odette America Morales, major in psychology. Danae Simone Moran, major in biological and chemical sciences. Caitlin Amy Elena Nickerson Towner, major in business. Yana Soskalo, major in business, minor in economics. Angela Lee Paul, major in environmental science, minor in sustainable food systems, cum laude. Kateri Antoinette Pelton, distinction in figure and dance, minor in business, minor in English, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Melinda Lynn Pittman, major in criminal justice, minor in psychology, minor in history, minor in philosophy and religion. Catherine N. Puebla Mancibo, major in psychology, minor in graphic design. Alexa Simone Reinhold, distinction in visual arts, concentration in studio art, cum laude. Jennifer Lee Reidenberg, major in biological sciences, health sciences. Cassandra Raquel Rivera, major in sociology and anthropology, minor in theater, minor in dance. Jennifer Leanne Roberts, major in environmental science, minor in art. Ian Michael Ronan, major in film and media studies. Dahlia Noel Rorick, major in biological sciences, health sciences, minor in psychology. Natalia Amber Rosado Oliveras, major in political science, major in criminal justice, minor in Spanish. Nicole Megan Sales, distinction in biological sciences, health sciences, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Madeline Santos, major in psychology. Benjamin Walter Schombacher, major in biological sciences, health sciences. Eliza Jane Schwab, major in business, minor in sustainability, cum laude. Caitlin Jeanette Schwend, major in biology, magna cum laude. Kaylee Lenore Schwarm, distinction in psychology, minor in adolescence education, magna cum laude. Rachel Catherine Scott, major in psychology, minor in cognitive and brain sciences. Zachary Scott Simone, major in environmental science, minor in criminal justice. Adam Michael Sleezer, distinction in business, cum laude. Caitlin J. Smith, major in biology, minor in adolescence education, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Chandler Ann Smith, distinction in philosophy, minor in religious studies, minor in women's and gender studies, minor in German, cum laude. Sean M. Snell, distinction in history, magna cum laude. Courtney A. Stack, in absentia, major in biological sciences, health sciences. Michael James Zarworski, major in biology. Hannah Ray Taggart, distinction in psychology, distinction in women's and gender studies, minor in creative writing, magna cum laude. Kendra C. Thomas, major in business. Mariah Elizabeth Thurston, distinction in political science, major in film and media studies, minor in sociology, minor in global and international studies, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Noah Tia, major in psychology, minor in adolescent education, minor in Spanish. Minor in Spanish, minor in anthropology, cum laude. Jordan Scott Tyler, major in business. Carlos Eduardo Valdivieso, major in business. Kevin Terrell Vanager, major in business. Morgan Renee Weigel, distinction in biology, minor in mathematics, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Caitlin Elizabeth Wells, major in chemistry, minor in physics, cum laude. Anthony Denham White, major in history, minor in adolescent education, cum laude. Kirsten Jeanette Williams, major in biological sciences, health sciences, cum laude. Jasmine Wittick, major in visual arts, concentration in studio art, minor in museum studies.
Okay. Will the graduates please rise? Now, Switch your tassels to the left. Welcome to the Wells College Association of Alumna and Alumni. Congratulations to the class of 2018. All right, I get to tell you to do one more time. Please be seated.
Oh, no. Well, congratulations, class of 2018. How exciting. And now it's time to leave this place, to leave these beautiful sunsets, to leave the geese that fly, the eagles that soar, the lilacs, the redbuds that are budding, just the beauty of this place. But know that these memories will be with you all of your life, that the friends that you have made will be lifelong friends, that the professors who have taught you and guided you will always be there for you, will always want to know what you're doing, and will always care. And know that this place will always be here. These people, this love, when you come back for a reunion, it'll feel like you never left. I want to leave you with one thought before you go, though. As a pastor and a hospice chaplain, it is my great honor to perform memorial services, or what we like to call a celebration of life. And I always meet with family and friends and listen to the stories. And I want to leave you with this one thought. In all the celebrations of life that I have ever done, I have never talked about how big someone's house was or the fancy sports car they drove. I have always shared the stories of the love they have shared, of the impact they have had on others, of their giving hearts. And that, my friends, is eternal love. And that is your superpowers. So go out from here and rock the world in as many ways as you can. Sometimes it's even just a smile for a person in need, or a hug, and sometimes it's something greater. And maybe someday you too will have a candy bar named after you. So go in peace, God bless, salam, shalom, namaste, and may the force be with you.
Please rise for the singing of the Wells College alma mater, followed by the recession of our graduates, faculty, and platform party. You may find the lyrics on the inside front cover of your commencement program.
It's loading. I love it. Okay, good. One, two, three. Farewells with loyal hearts, we will forever sing, and to the name we love, our joyous tribute bring. And Wells, dear
Thank you for joining us for the 150th Commencement exercises of Wells College. As we conclude today's celebration, please join us at a reception in honor of the class of 2018 in the dining hall. Congratulations, class of 2018.
You know, that middle section, I think, needs to be patched. All 16.
They wanted another 15 minutes.
All right, no problem. Let's play on.
Until most of their families
Are we taking the repeats or going straight through?
No, let's take the repeat.